Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we are going to talk again about TendoPay. So what are the pros and cons of using TendoPay? Is it worth it? Should you bother? Was my experience positive? And should I continue using TendoPay? So actually, sa video na to guys, ipapakita ko lang naman sa inyo yung pros, yung advantages of using TendoPay and yung cons, yung mga konting disadvantage of using TendoPay. But that doesn't mean na nagre-recommend ako or I say na hindi siya bagay sa inyo because in the end, nasa inyo pa rin yan kung gusto niyo siyang gamitin. So kung gusto ko lang is mag-promote ng awareness, hopefully makatulong ako sa pagde-decide nyo. Welcome everybody, my name is Red. I do reviews of mga loan apps and mga buy now, pay later apps, yung mga ganon. So having said that, maraming yung nagsasabi na marami daw akong utang. But don't worry guys, because hindi ko po sila pinagsasabay-sabay. And wala namang masama sa paggamit ng mga apps na to and sa pag-express ng mga opinion ko about these apps kasi wala naman akong sinasaktang tao, diba? So my goal is to I'm not really educate because I'm not the expert when it comes to these things, but my goal is to share my experience so hopefully makatulong for you kung hindi mo pa kilala yung mga apps na to. You get the point. So, walang masama sa pag-uutang guys. Ang importante ito ay nababayaran para makautang ulit. So, what is TendoPay? Okay, so TendoPay is a buy now, pay later platform. It's actually an option for those na walang credit card at yung mga hindi na-approve sa mga similar apps. When I say similar apps, yung mga home credit, yung mga ganon, or yung Bill it's an app na competition niya. This is not a sponsored video and again, this is based on my personal experience. So I am not recommending na gagamitin nyo siya and at the same time, I'm not discouraging everybody kung with the things that I'm gonna say here. So again, my point here is to lay out the pros and the cons based on my own experience and let's get started. Let's start with the advantages or the pros, and the first one is that generally speaking, madali lang naman mag-apply as long as you have all the requirements na gusto na hinihingi ni TendoPay. You have to be 18 years old and above to apply to have a TendoPay account. You just need one ID and it should be a government-issued ID. Unlike other apps, hindi masyadong strict si TendoPay kasi yung nga sinasabi, one ID lang. Unlike home credit, gusto nila dalawang government-issued ID. Yung TendoPay, they only need one government-issued ID. So, merong 5, pumili ka lang doon. Kung wala ka any of those 5, then you'll just have to ask them kung meron silang other na pwede nilang tanggapin. So, also, you don't need credit history daw. Sabi nila, you don't need credit history to be approved. But then, in the end, system pa rin yung mag-a-approve. But then sabi nila, you don't need a bank account and you don't need a credit history to apply to TendoPay. So why not try? Ganon. Anyways, if you're working from home or housewife or business person, as long as you can prove na meron kang pumapasok na funds every month and you have the capacity to pay for your installments, tatanggapin lang nila. Check nyo yung FAQs nila. If wala dun yung mga options nyo, please contact their support. Good luck with that. Anyways, for video on how to apply, kasi gumawa na ako ng separate video guys, just click the card that appears there. Advantage number, madali lang yung approval nila. I'm saying madali because yung bangko nga sometimes they require 3 days for approval. For TendoPay, they just need 1 banking day, Monday to Friday, stuff like that. So, hindi kabilang yung holidays. So, if nag-apply ka late na sa araw, then expect the approval to come next day. Or kung Friday, late Friday, expect na it will be processed Monday. So, next banking day, not including holidays. And also, hindi nila kailangan na tumawag to verify your application. So, let's move on. Mas maraming merchants yung nagtatanggap ng TendoPay. To see the participating merchants, you just need to go to the app. You go to merchants and then meron silang list doon. And every merchant has their own instructions on how to use TendoPay sa kanilang website. So, basa-basa lang pag may time. And also, they have a 0 interest promo sa first mong installment. Why not take advantage, di ba? Pro number 5, flexible yung payment terms niya. You can choose either 2 or 3 or 4 months na term. Nasa app naman and pwede kang pumili kung saan yung manageable para sa'yo. Last but not the least, yung advantage niya is safe and easy to use. So, easy to use, safe, in terms of safe, kasi registered siya with SEC, so, or Securities and Exchange Commission. Nasa footer ng website nila yung kanilang certificate, yung kanilang registration number. Because registered sila with SEC, then your personal information is protected. And easy to use because, for example, gusto mong magbayad and you have GCash on your phone, sa app mismo, it works with GCash to make payments. So, it's just an example of how easy it is to use. So, number one, syempre, mag-a-apply ka sa app na lahat. Hindi mo na kailangan lumabas ng bahay o maghanap ng agent tulad ni Home Credit para makapag-apply ng TendoPay. So, you can all do it sa bahay lang, sa phone, or sa website nila if you're using a desktop computer. And kung magbabayad, you can also do online payments. And that's how I say na easy siyang gamitin. So, all those, yung mga maganda with TendoPay. So, it's time for us to move on to the disadvantages of using TendoPay. Again, guys, ang ginagawa ko dito is that I am just laying down these disadvantages based on my own experience, and it does not mean na dinidiscourage ko from using TendoPay kasi again, it's up to you to decide whether it or not it's right for you. By the way, guys, this is not a disadvantage and this is not also an advantage, but pag nag-a-apply ka sa mga apps na ganito, expect na yung first mong credit limit is mababa. Kasi syempre they're trying to establish a relationship with you and to gauge whether or not good payer ka or hindi. So they're gonna start with a small amount para something that's hindi, ayaw naman nila kasi na ma-overwhelm ka sa malaking amount kaagad. Para rin naman yan sa protection mo. So para hindi masira yung record mo, ma-manage mo lang. So yung baga, kung nagtitry ka sa kanila, nagtitry din sila sa inyo. So don't expect a very big credit limit the first time you apply. So and again, it's still based on their system. So let's now finally move on to the disadvantage. So disadvantage number one is that hindi masyado responsive yung kanilang help desk during the application process. So on that video, kung saan pinakita ko na nag-apply ako sa TendoPay, I had a little problem with the ID na sinubmit ko. Nagkamali ako when I chose a driver's license because nawala na yung driver's license ko. And so I didn't want to use it anymore and gusto ko siyang palitan ng passport. But hindi na ako makabalik. Nasa midway na ako sa application process and then nag-decide ako na gamitin ko na lang yung passport ko only to find out na hindi ko na siya pala pwedeng palitan. I emailed their customer support, which is I emailed yung help desk nila, which is helpdesk@tendopay.ph. Kung anong gagawin ko kasi gusto kong palitan yung ID na ginamit ko sa application and hindi sila sumagot. I gave them 1 week, walang sumagot. So, I can say na during the application process, hindi masyadong responsive yung kanilang help desk. But, pag sila'y naniningil, mabilis pa sila sa alas 4, guys. Or pag nagre-remind sila na due mo na, kahit na the day before, kukulitin ka nila. Yun yung masasabi ko. So, not very responsive help desk when it comes to when you're only applying. So, something that you have to consider. So, it's important na pag nag-apply kayo, prepared kayo ng lahat yung requirements, yung mga pinipicturean nyo. Dapat naka-prepare yan lahat, yung sinasagot nyo. Dapat sure nyo kayo sa nilalagay nyo. Kasi pag nagkamali kayo, hindi nyo na pwedeng balikan. Good luck. Parang hindi masyado responsive yung kanilang help desk. So, yun. And also, yung ayaw ko sa kanila kasi grabe silang mag-remind. Not only do they send email and text, but they also call you, which can be very annoying, especially kapag busy ka. Not that I'm saying na hindi maganda tinatawagan kasi nagre-remind lang naman sila, but then sana text, emails, that should be enough, di ba? So, yung bill is nga, I can't help but compare, guys. I'm so sorry. Yung bill is nga is only a reminder and only a text na may due ka 3 days before pero hindi sila tumatawag. With TendoPay, tatawag sila sa inyo. So that is just something that you need to keep in mind. Prepare to pay 20% down payment. So ito, buy now, pay later. You don't have to pay the full amount pero kailangan mo naman mag-down ng 20%. So for example, yung gusto mong i-avail is 3,500. Kailangan mong mag-down ng 700 pesos to continue with the purchase. Moving on, meron silang voucher. Some merchants have voucher system. So, for example, yung nakakalito dito kasi, for example, si TendoPay, yung bibigay sa yung credit limits is 3,600. But if you go to Lazada, say for example, sa Lazada mo siya gagamitin, dapat pipili ka ng mga voucher values. Yung pinakabababa is 1,000. And then, parang multiples of 500 or 1,000 siya. So, if you have 3,000 credit limit na if you have a credit limit of 3,600, hindi mo siya lahat-lahat magagamit. You can choose either a lower amount, depende sa denomination na andyan na nilagay ni Lazada, or 3,500. So, what are you gonna do with the 100? Anong silbi? Andyan lang siya. If hindi siya makover ng voucher mo, yung bibilhin mo sa Lazada, prepare ka rin na mag-top up. So, yan guys. So, it's better to purchase voucher na mas mataas kaysa sa item that has a higher value than the item na bibili mo sa Lazada. But then again, there's multiples of 500 or 1,000. So, if 3,600 yung credit limit mo, don't expect na magagamit mo yung lahat. So, 3,500 lang pwede mong kunin. So, what are you gonna do with 100? I don't know. So, and also, it's not the lowest interest out there. So, meron akong alam app na mas mababa yung interest na ino-offer nila. Pretty similar compared to TendoPay. But TendoPay, sabi niya sa website nila, interest as low as 2%. But given the table, bigyan ko kayo ng example. For example, gusto niyo mag-utang ng 3,500 na voucher, magda-down ka ng 700, and at the end, you'll end up paying 4,200. I don't think 700 is 2% per month of 3,500 on a 2-month term. Ba't kayo naglagay ng as low as 2% sa website nyo? I don't know exactly how you calculate that, but it does not look like 2% per month at all. So, even if sabihin yung mababa yan, but then I know an app that mas mababa yung ino-offer nilang interest kaysa dito. So, how much more kung yung kukunin mo is a higher amount and longer term? So, yung babayaran mong installment na 20%, lalaki din correspondingly. So, yun. For example, kukuha ka say ng 3,500 again, but instead of wanting to pay it for 2 months na term, pipiliin mo is 4. So, you're gonna expect to pay 1,400 as an installment fee. Yun yung tawag nila doon. Installment fee. Which is not so nice. At least from my own point of view. Pero, ewan ko sa inyo. And finally, guys, last but not the least, na yung cons nila, yung credit limit, hindi siya nag-i-increase upon the completion of your previous purchase. So, they gave me initially 3,600 and I was a good payer for my first one. Hindi ako na late. And after I paid it, 3,600 pa rin yung aking credit limit. Not like the other one na every time natatapos ko yung isang loan, nadadagdagan siya by a significant margin. So, itong si TendoPay, mukhang hindi siya masyadong generous sa credit limit niya, guys. So, that's all there is to it. Hindi ako nagdi-discourage. I'm not saying na masama siya. Depende kasi yan sa tao eh. If you find this more helpful for you, then, syempre, pag nagbigay ka ng down payment sa simula, liliit din yung mga monthly payments mo. But then, there are certain circumstances or there are certain people na ayaw na ganyan, diba? So, it's, I just want you guys to be aware na ganito si TendoPay. So, nasa inyo pa rin yan, guys, kung gusto nyo siyang gamitin. I'm not saying it's a good app. I'm not saying that it's a bad app. Meron lang siyang pros, meron lang siyang cons. It's all, yung mga sinabi ko dito, it's all based on my personal experience. And, by the way, guys, yung channel ko, it's not all about utang-utang and ganun. I also have cycling videos. Now, if you're into that, subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video and if you think it's helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you again on my next video. So thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye! Bye!